Welcome back to Monty Shenanigans, where the clips are questionable and the ideas are worse. Let's get cracking. Well, welcome back. I am Monty, as you all well know, and I did promise you a clip of some models being built these holidays. We have waited until the second week to get there, but we are there. So, I've decided I'm going to do the combat patrol for the Aeldari, so let's just go and have a look at this. So this one here. So let's have a look. So we have in here, we have got a set of warp spiders. You can't really see because I've got that overhead light off, because otherwise it's so much glare it's not funny. There's a squad of wraith blades and dire avengers along with a Spiritseer. So we're going to get some of this built. I'm not going to sit here and record the entire thing because that would just bore you all to tears, and I would go from my small number of subscribers to an even smaller number of subscribers due to boredom. So I'm going to get this open, get the rulebook out, and we'll come back to that. So, yeah, back in a sec. Okay, we've got the box open, so as usual we get a set of instructions here, which should be not that hard to follow, but knowing me, I will screw up somewhere because that's just the way I roll. Okay, so we've got a bag of bases, which is standard. There's a couple of 25mm, a couple of 40s in there, whatever. So let's have a look here. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprues, some transfers, that's weapons, legs, what else have we got here, and some chests. Oh, these guys are going to be fiddly and fun to learn to paint on, aren't they? So, well, better be careful of that. I don't want to break the sword before I've done anything there. It's random stuff there, some weapons, some more stuff there. Okay, that's a little single dude there. So, well, let's go through and have a look at the instruction book, have a quick read of that, and we'll see what I'm going to start with. So, once again, back in a sec. Well, I thought I'd just start with the actual very first model that is actually in the instruction books on how to print, which is the Spiritseer, I believe it is. Yeah, which is just one little sprue of fun. Yep, Spiritseer on that one there, so we're going to get started on that one there. So it's just this one little sprue here. I'll just go to this camera here. Yeah, so just one little sprue. So we'll get cracking and get this one built, and we'll show you what it looks like at the end. So yep, so this one shouldn't take too long to get done. It's only a few pieces, so we'll put it together and see how she turns out. Well, that was the first little bit of a surprise for today. The actual nozzle on the glue was blocked, so as I was trying to squeeze it out, it's all decided to come out around the actual nozzle cap around there. So what I do have is I do have a heap of these, if you can see it, very fine, basically acupuncture needles that we do use. Just got them off Amazon or eBay. Shove it down, give it a bit of a clean, and that should free up all the glue. So we'll see if we can go back to getting this in glue together. So first attempt has been failed through the glue, so we'll get cracking and see if it's actually worked now and unclogged. Well, we have just finished our first mini. I don't know if this is going to... No, I don't know if it's going to zoom. I don't know if it's got that enough aperture on that one there. But this is... I wonder if I can... Let's try this one. How's this? Not too bad for the Spiritseer. It has been a little while since I've actually done mini, so was a little bit out of touch with some of... Yeah, it's not going to work. I need some bit of lighting for that. But it was a little bit... forgot a little bit of things like cleaning up the cuts and that for when it's joining and gluing, so that was a little bit interesting. Said had a little bit of issue with the glue. That was resolved. It took about 10 minutes because I had to actually pull it apart to actually get the needle down all the way and give it a clean out. However, that's one out of the, I believe it is 24, so there's 23 to go. I'm not going to get them all done tonight. I'm going to get a couple more done. So that's one done. I think the next one in this here is the Dire Avenger, I believe. Yes, it is. So we're going to get cracking on that one there, and we'll come back and we'll show you what that one's like once it's been done. So it will be, well, for you it'll be a couple of seconds, but for me it'll be, I don't know, Depends on how long it takes me to get this thing built and glued and don't glue my fingers together. So we'll be back once that's been done. I'll give you a look on how that one looks. So we'll be back shortly. Cheers. Okay, so I've just changed the camera and brought it a little bit closer so you can get a better look of how it looks. It is going to do some zoom and autofocus, so I do apologize for that. It's not the most aperture camera for what I'm doing it for, so it doesn't look too bad. But like I said, there was a few little imperfections. That's just more from I haven't built a model in probably 12 months, so it's getting back into the swing of things, but it doesn't look too bad. So we'll get cracking on the Dire Avengers now, and we'll see how that comes out. So that's come out pretty good for about half hour or so, but I did have to wait for the glue and that to sort the glue out a little bit because there was some issues with the glue. But yeah, so that's going to be one of 24, so I have 23 to go. So we'll be back shortly once the first Dire Avenger's been done. So until then, cheers. Well, I've done the first Dire Avenger. Well, this is the Dire Avenger X Arc or something. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. So we'll have a look at this, see how it looks. Not too bad. Lighting's probably a little bit not really that great at the moment. I've got to tinker with that, but I think it's coming out well. It's taken me a little bit longer than I actually thought it would and hoped, so I'm going to have to call it quits for just the two models this afternoon, as it is getting a bit late and we do need to go in and get some food into my stomach. However, that is the very two first models of the new build for the new army, which is the Aeldari. So we will be back hopefully tomorrow, where I get probably the rest of the box set done. Fingers crossed nothing else pops up and we can actually get in and spend the day getting them built. So thank you very much for watching part one. It wasn't in two models today, but I did leave a bit late in the afternoon to actually start, so I do apologize for that, but come back for the next video, which is the rest of the Combat Troll box. But yeah, so it is taking me a little bit longer than I thought, because obviously I haven't built any models for probably the last 12, 18, almost 2 years, so I do apologise that it has taken a bit longer and there's only two models done this afternoon, but there shall be more done tomorrow. So I thank you very much for watching Monty Shenanigans. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, hit subscribe. There'll be more chaos builds and shenanigans, so we will see you in the next one. So thank you very much and have a great evening until the next one, part 2 of the new Aeldari army. Cheers, guys.